It's important to provide kids with a strict set of guidelines to keep them in check. Just ask Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. They have certain expectations that their kids need to follow. Setting boundaries at an early age will save you from major headaches when they turn into teenagers. So stay tuned until the end to see if you can incorporate these rules for your kids as well. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Taco for more great content. Now, let's get into the 10 strict rules Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's kids must follow. Being on the go. As a model, Chrissy Teigen is always on the move. She's also an author of books like Cravings, Recipes for All the Good You Want to Eat. This doesn't leave Teigen with a lot of time to deal with tantrums, especially when traveling. So, in the Teigen Legend household, kids can expect a lot of traveling and commitments. Fortunately, the only thing Luna is very attached to is her dad, John Legend. So as long as the whole family is together, she's well behaved. Teigen also likes bringing Luna along on as many of their trips as possible. This helps to avoid separation anxiety. In a 2008 interview with The Cut, Teigen claimed that Luna and Miles adapted easily to being on the go. She added, "My dogs have a tougher time than Luna does. They won't eat, won't sleep. But she's fine. We recently discovered that you can bring a car seat on the airplane and buckle them in. That's our big strategy now." But is Teigen worried about how their hectic life will affect her kids? Absolutely not, because I knew that our family kind of thrives on a controlled chaos. No attractive nannies. According to Us Weekly, Teigen told reporters at Lauren Conrad's New York Fashion Week in 2015 that there was one strict rule at her house: no hot nannies, drivers, or maids, she said. Teigen claims that she trusts Legend beyond a shadow of a doubt. She even told reporters, "I trust John, but you never know with these men." We totally get where she's coming from, though. After all, celebrity couples have been known to stray from their marriages. Just ask Arnold Schwarzenegger. His affair with maid Mildred Baena became headline news. Then things got even more complicated for the Terminator star when the media realized he had a baby with her. This ruined Schwarzenegger's marriage to Maria Shriver. So Teigen is playing it safe and enforcing the no hot nannies rule for everyone at the house. This brings the models some peace of mind, which is imperative as a mother or a father. But it's not like the kids are missing out if their nanny isn't attractive. However, we feel bad for the poor nannies that do get hired. Think about it. If you're part of Legend and Teigen's staff, then in a way, they are suggesting you're not that attractive. Ouch. Pictures should never be blurry. They say that photos are worth 1,000 words, but they don't really mean squat if they come out blurry, right? Imagine that you went to the park with your kids or on a trip to Europe. You took some amazing photos, or so you thought. Then you take a look at the photos and you realize that they're all grainy and blurry. It's really hard to reminisce with your kids when you don't have decent pics. So Chrissy Teigen's rule is simple. Pictures should never be blurry, particularly when capturing a childhood memory. Teigen went on Good Morning America to offer some advice to her younger self and her kids, and that included taking some gorgeous photos of your children. Teigen knows what she's talking about. The no-filter supermodel and businesswoman has millions of Instagram followers. If anyone knows how to take a great photo of herself or her kids, it's Teigen. But it's not like she makes them pose for hours on end. She has fun with the kids, but always makes sure her photos come out decent. Another piece of advice that she shared on the show is to always cherish the moment you have with your kids. She told Good Morning America, "I think it's really important to stay really close with your family and take a lot of good memories with them." A little competition never hurts. When Luna Simone was born in 2016, she became the princess of the Teigen Legend household. Then he came along, and by he, we're talking about Miles Theodore, who was born in 2018. Suddenly, Luna realized that she had to share the spotlight with her little brother. And as you might expect, a bit of sibling rivalry ensued. But that's beyond normal. A little friendly competition never hurt anyone, right? In fact, according to Legend, competing with her new baby brother is allowing her to step up her game. And Teigen and Legend are okay with the kids facing a little competition. In fact, they welcome and celebrate it. Teigen admitted that she worried at first about how Luna would react to a new baby, and Legend agrees. In fact, he told People, "Luna's used to having us to herself. I think she's just starting to realize, though, that he might be competition." So in some ways, it's good because she's stepping her game up. She's being more loving, she's singing louder and dancing harder. She's making sure we don't stop paying attention to her. They should always have fun. When Chrissy Teigen went on Good Morning America, she talked about how much fun she used to have with her mom. "My mom would take me to Pike Place Market, and I was the one that volunteered to play the banjo with the guy that was just, like, sitting there." It might have seemed like a goofy thing to do, but Teigen absolutely loved those moments. Her mom used to record her doing goofy stuff all the time, and now she's using that philosophy on her kids. While on the morning talk show, Teigen also shared a photo of her as a kid. She was at Disneyland, and she had just fallen down head First, after taking a ride down a slide. Teigen feels that kids are under way too much pressure these days because of social media and high school. So they tend to forget one very important rule, which is to always have fun and enjoy their freedom. I think kids should be kids, and I think kids have to grow up really quickly these days, she added. We couldn't agree more. Social media is to be expected. Most parents would look down on kids posting photos on Instagram. There are so many weirdos lurking on the net these days. So banning kids from posting photos on social media would be reasonable. But that rule doesn't exist in the Teigen Legend household, at least not yet. The last thing that the couple wanted to do was to shield their children from the outside world the way other celebrity parents do. So Luna and Miles can be seen posing in a couple of Insta pics now and then. In fact, this was something that Teigen had decided before Luna was even born. She told people that she and her husband weren't going to go out of our way to hide Luna because obviously it's such a big part of our lives to show everything. The inside of our homes, my parents living with us, our animals, everything. I'm not going to do sneaky back shots of her or anything. But Teigen added that posing for photos on social media should always be a child's choice. You don't want to force your kid on anyone either, she added. It's important for me and John to protect some bits of us. Expect a few costumes. In the Teigen Legend home, costumes are a serious thing, and you can expect to get dressed up every now and then if you happen to be one of their kids. Teigen and Legend love putting Luna in all sorts of adorable outfits. In fact, back when Luna was a baby, Teigen bought 8 costumes for her. So far, Teigen has put her daughter in get-ups like a hot dog costume. She's also worn a peacock costume and a Minnie Mouse costume. And among the many other get-ups Luna wore, she also pulled off the Alice in Wonderland costume flawlessly. So when Luna was just 7 months old, she was already a huge star on social media, and it was all thanks to her crazy parents. The photos were so adorable that they got millions of likes from Teigen and Legend fans from around the world, and it's easy to see why. Luna looks so darn cute, and now that Miles is about to celebrate his first Halloween in 2018, we're pretty sure that Teigen and Legend are going to splurge on costumes for their newborn son. So it looks like Luna might have to step it up if she wants to outshine her baby bro this year. Kids must always enjoy their freedom. Most parents find that it's important to structure their child's fun time, but when kids are being heavily supervised by adults, the word fun goes right out of the window. Allowing kids to play freely has tons of benefits. It even promotes healthy development on their brain. It also allows them to share, negotiate, and resolve conflicts with other children. But when kids have to play in organized sports, they're controlled by an adult. So benefits like developing creativity and group skills are lost. Free play allows kids to have fun without feeling stressed or pressured, and that's something that Teigen is totally on board with. On Good Morning America, Teigen talked about how she wanted her daughter Luna to enjoy being young and free. That rule will undoubtedly apply to Miles once he's a little older. In the interview, she said, "My advice to Luna? I feel like she really teaches me so much. Enjoy the time of being young and being free. And I want her to always keep that way about her. I want her to just really want to make those around her happy people." Which is sound advice for any kid, let alone ones with famous parents like Legend and Teigen. Future brothers and sisters. Luna and Miles only have each other to deal with for now, but that won't always be the case. Teigen and Legend have open, caring hearts. That's why Teigen says they've considered adopting in the future. Teigen has been very vocal about the possibility of this happening at some point. So this means that Luna and Miles will have to get used to sharing their toys and their parents' affection. According to People, Teigen told Mary Claire, "I would definitely adopt or have foster children." She also said, "But I loved being pregnant. Maybe I should be scared of having PPD again, but I don't know. It couldn't be any worse than it was, could it?" But of course, biological kids aren't out of the question either. Legend told Motherly, "We'll probably have more." So it looks like the couple is already thinking about the possibility of a third baby. Both the model and the singer already have busy lives. Can you imagine what it's going to be like with 3 kids plus a few foster or adoptive siblings too? That means Luna and Miles better get used to the idea of having another brother or sister. But for now, they should enjoy their time together while they can. Everybody has to pitch in. The Teigen Legend household is like a well-oiled machine. Everyone has to pitch in. Alright, Miles might get a pass since he's still very tiny, but Chrissy, John, and Luna have to work together in order to balance out their chaotic lives. But of course, Miles has one simple task. He just needs to stay still, but according to Teigen, that doesn't always happen. "I feel like the craziest part of changing diapers for me right now is just that he doesn't want to hold still to get changed." But Luna, who still uses diapers, acts the same way. Luna's definitely a wiggler. It's It's scary. Fortunately, Teigen can rely on Legend to lend her a hand. Together, they've discovered that the best way to change diapers is to sing to them. John changes a lot of her diapers too, and he sings little jingles and poopy diaper songs. It's all about being masters of distraction when you're changing them, she said. But when the couple wants to go on a date, Teigen banks on her mom, who lives with them, to babysit. That means the couple expects Luna and Miles to be on their best behavior. After all, they have the best babysitter in the world. Okay, so that's all for 10 strict rules Chrissy Teigen and John Legend's kids must follow. What were some of the strictest rules your parents enforced on you? Let us know your story in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco.